Let's now join Michelle and Sauté Nkuchi at a splendid mountain escape, rich with fine food and deluxe accommodations.
If you're looking for an escape to exchange city views for stunning vistas, there's a place where relaxation meets the mountains. Tucked not too far away in Sauté Nkuchi, Georgia, is Lucille's Mountaintop Inn.
When our guests first get settled in and they walk out here, they can't believe of the incredible views. From the deck up here, you can see a 360-degree view of the entire valley and the mountains. The different levels of mountains represent part of the Appalachian Trail. You can look over each ridge. The Appalachian Trail actually starts over here in the west and goes all the way through the east along the ridgeline.
Innkeepers Jim Matthews and Jerry Morris took a drive in search of an inn to buy.
So when we were looking for a place, we wanted someplace that we knew was right just by the view. And when you drive up the driveway, and as soon as we turned the corner, boom, it was there.
Over a decade earlier, Lucille and her architect husband George had a similar reaction.
Lucille apparently wouldn't even get out of the car, but she said, "This is where I want you to build my inn." So George designed the building specifically for this plot of land and positioned it exactly so that the breakfast room is on the east side of the inn. So the sun rises during breakfast every morning, and the guests get a fabulous view.
Lucille discovered that there's something new to see each time one explores the grounds, including walking paths, koi ponds, and other thoughtful details.
This inn was built as a bed and breakfast. It wasn't an old house that was refigured. It was originally built from the ground up as a B&B with 10 rooms, each unique.
So what's the style? What's the design style you would say?
This is a Craftsman Frank Lloyd Wright. And you can see, if you look at the wood throughout the inn, the panels, very indicative of the Craftsman Frank Lloyd Wright era. And if you look behind us, what you'll see is an open staircase that goes all the way up through the middle of the inn, which is very indicative of that type of architecture. Michelle, have you met Gracie yet?
No.
This is Gracie. This is the dog that greets everybody to Lucille's and makes them feel welcome.
After a welcome from Gracie, guests will find 10 luxurious rooms at the top of the staircase with fireplaces where views of the mountains and valleys are still inescapable.
When they wake up for breakfast each morning, we have a hard time getting them down out of their room because they're so relaxed. And we have to literally wake them up sometimes to come down for breakfast.
Breakfast is the big treat here at Lucille's. Obviously today we did a fresh zucchini and squash frittata with some fresh vegetables from the garden.
And this view is spectacular.
It's a view I don't think I'll ever get used to. And it's very, very popular for guests to sit outside while they enjoy their breakfast, looking out over the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Salty Valley in the distance.
Every evening, Lucille's provides a dessert bar, which guests can enjoy after they return from day trips to the surrounding area.
We're just about a mile outside the village of Salty. It's a very eclectic little community full of really neat shops, and there's also several wineries in the village that actually produce some really outstanding wines.
There's a place that everybody has where you know you're relaxed and where everything else is calm.
After a weekend at Lucille's Mountaintop Inn, you're guaranteed to leave calm and relaxed. A well-loved magnet for travelers is the Old Salty store. The present owner, Galen Green, is its guardian and historian.
Well, the Old Salty store is a landmark, very famous landmark here in Northeast Georgia. It was built in 1872 by the Williams family, who owned it for 75 years, ran the store, was also the postmaster. Everything in here is original, basically untouched for 100 years. All the business back then, of course, was done behind the counter. So what we have here is a display of all the things that were available to the customer in the 1780s and 90s. Before the turn of the century.
Also, seemingly frozen in time, is a fully functioning Nickelodeon.